Eye on the Desert, presented by Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Now, from the Desert's news leader, this is Eye on the Desert from News Channel 3.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Eye on the Desert. I'm your host, Patrick Evans, here in our new time. And we have another great local story for you today. Jewish Family Service of the Desert is under new leadership, and with that, a renewed effort in helping our community and the entire locality through these very tough times. And we're also going to tell you how you can help financially, you can get help, and also they have online and in-person counseling services.
Well, it is my pleasure to welcome Craig Johnson from JFS, who is the brand new executive director. Congratulations on becoming executive director. You picked a challenging time to do that.
Right? Yeah. Way to start your tenure with a bad choice, right? Start your reign now.
Obviously, this is unprecedented times for nonprofit organizations, especially JFS. Talk a little bit about the services you provide, because obviously they're in more demand now because of the pandemic than perhaps ever before.
Yeah, indeed. And in fact, we had to make some adjustments to our programs in response to COVID. Now, fortunately, we are an essential business, and so we have always been allowed to stay open. But on March 18th, we closed the office. We sent everyone home, and over the next week, we converted all of our programs to telecare. We realized that in order to continue to be a service to the Valley, we needed to do so in a safe fashion. So we opened the doors, and we are currently offering telecare counseling and telecare case management that includes emergency financial assistance. We are still able to connect with those in need and help them out with issues such as rent, medication, food security, that type of thing. But our community outreach program that was busying itself creating socialization opportunities for seniors had to change its ways. And so rather than create live events for seniors to get together, we now offer weekly well-checked phone calls to clients, connecting them to things like food, like counseling, and really just an opportunity to engage and say hi and really just check in on our folk.
We've always been engaged with vulnerable populations in the Valley, and obviously during the pandemic, more people are finding it harder to pay their bills. So obviously that aspect of your care is critical. You also, though, provide some really important mental health counseling, and that has all become telehealth.
Correct. And we have actually reopened the office starting July 1st. We are now offering limited in-person counseling. And I say limited, Patrick, in that our physical space limits us to the number of concurrent groups we can have at any one time. So it's limited to 3 parties. But for those people who are wanting, and there was a substantial wait list of over 200 individuals who wanted to wait for in-person counseling to be available again, it is once again available. So if you're interested in that, please contact us.
Okay. Tell people how they can help you guys fulfill your mission. What can the community do to support JFS?
Yeah, really, I think it's one of at least 3 different ways. Certainly philanthropic giving. We, as every other 501c3 nonprofit, rely on the kindness of our community to support our agency. So individuals who are willing to support us financially, that is a huge help, especially now. We were hit relatively significantly income-wise. So assisting financially is fantastic. Volunteering. We still need volunteers. In fact, we are looking for volunteers who are willing to help us out in the office with our in-person safety protocols, checking in clients, etc. And then lastly, I think, Patrick, is really just letting people know that we exist, letting folk know that we are here to help. We hear, not often, thankfully, I think we do a good job letting people know that we are here to help, but we do hear once in a while that, gosh, I didn't know you were there. So really, if you're hearing these words, if you could let people know that we are open, we are here to help, and then realize too that while we are not all things for all people, I think we're pretty good referrers too. We have a pretty good understanding of who's doing what here in the desert. So if you have a need, please reach out. Please give us a call.
Craig, thank you so much for taking the time, and we appreciate all the value and services that you provide to our Valley. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, Patrick. Thank you.
Craig's been there for quite a while, and it's great that he's now the executive director. That wraps up Eye on the Desert and our noon broadcast. We look forward to seeing you next week. I'm off next week, but we'll be here for you. Have a great weekend.